Thank you, and please welcome Lilyana Pavlova, who is the Vice President of the EIB. With an impressive portfolio of responsibilities, Lilyana is a powerhouse in the realm of European finance and development. As Vice President, she leads key initiatives such as cohesion policy, transport financing, and the multi-annual financial framework. Her expertise extends to advisory services, joint assistance projects, IT and data governance, sustainable investments, and fostering relationships across regions. Before her tenure at the EIB, Ms. Pavlova served as a member of the National Assembly of the Republic of Bulgaria and played a pivotal role as Minister for the Bulgarian Presidency of the Council of the EU in 2018.
Добро утро на всички. Good morning, everyone. It is really my great pleasure and honor another year with you. Thank you very much, Plamen. Heartfelt thank you, congratulations for all your efforts, especially this year for organizing this event. I know it was not an easy one, but your dedication, amazing team made it happen. Thank you, much appreciated. I'm really honored today to represent the European Investment Bank Group. As you heard already, we are the EU Climate Bank, as well as EU SME Bank, EU Cohesion Bank. So we have many titles because we do have many transversal priorities. But as today we are discussing the new technologies, as Plamen already inspired and encouraged us thinking of the future, I can only tell that future is bright and light, but only thanks to all of you humans here in the room, inspiring minds, innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders. And I'm really glad that Webit really became a platform to gather everyone, to exchange ideas, to provoke new discussions, and to access financiers like us, and to see the right way forward. And if we are in Europe to reach our really ambitious target by 2050 to become the carbon neutral continent, we need to be creative, we need to be provocative, and we need you. Because we know that today we don't have the necessary and all the right technologies yet in place if we are to achieve the carbon neutrality of Europe by 2050. So that is why we need platforms like this. We need innovators, entrepreneurs, and startups, and great ideas and minds to come up on the stage. And we need to develop a strong European innovation ecosystem in order to build this and to find and to have the right technology. And here I can say that EU Bank, European Investment Bank, and the group consisting of the bank and European Investment Fund, we are the largest financier in Europe and beyond in digital and green transformation, supporting venture capital investments, supporting European SMEs as the backbone of the European economy. Our ambition is, by 2030, to mobilize €1 trillion of investments in support of climate, green investments, in supporting sustainable development, and helping decarbonization. Because today, this year, it is more than evident and clear, unfortunately facing the devastating war in Ukraine, that Europe needs to accelerate, to speed up the energy transition, the decarbonization of our economies, to make us strong, resilient, and independent, either from Russian gas, but independent from potential disruptions of value chains. We all know how we suffered in the pandemic, in COVID pandemic times. So apart from our dedication in supporting climate, our European Investment Fund plays a role in financing more than 50% of the European venture capital system and innovators. Few examples just to mention of our successful financing of European innovators are Skype, Skyscanner, WeTransfer, Spotify, Just Eat. These are just few names, but really famous ones, of those who were supported by our fund. And I'm happy to say that also in Bulgaria, our fund managed to deploy more than 8.8 billion of euro in support of SMEs, startups, and mid-sized companies to expand, to develop, to create jobs. We are, together with the fund, the bank and the fund, providing different type of instruments, different type of opportunities. At the moment, we are acting as an implementing agent of the European Commission, of the European Innovation Council and the fund, which is mobilizing some 3 billion euro of investments. And I'm happy to see that Eastern Europe is very well presented. Recently, 10 projects approved, 5 were in Bulgaria, which is very promising and very encouraging. We are playing our role in the recent initiative launched by the French President Macron during the French presidency of the Council, European Scale-Up Initiative. The main instrument to deliver and to support European tech champions is through the European Tech Champion Initiative, which we are managing. This is a fund of funds. So far, we gathered and we collected almost 4 billion of euro as a fund structure from member states, from ourselves, from the European Commission. Hope many others will join. And the idea is to establish some 15 funds supporting innovators and new technologies in Europe, in supporting them to grow, and most importantly, to stay in Europe and to develop and to deploy. I need to be mindful of time, and can only say later today you will hear from my excellent colleagues, both from the bank, our Director General for all our operations, and and he will share with you what are the challenges we are facing delivering on our financing, because we have different types of opportunities. Either we provide direct lending and financing. We do use financial intermediaries, financial institutions and banks to deploy and to deliver on our financing, different fund-to-fund structures. But what we are unique with is our advisory capacity. We do have a huge team of experts, engineers, and scientists working and providing financial and technical advisory support to promoters, to our partners, in order to be able to build good strategies, bankable projects, and a good pipeline of projects which we are able later to finance, along with the necessary capacity to deploy and to deliver. And like, for example, recently we have launched a very special, we call it synthetic securitization investment and scheme, which is a de-risking facility for commercial banks. We started with UniCredit, ProCredit, and other banks to come, in providing de-risking facility, so to enable the bank to invest specifically in green projects. But today, green means everything, but we need to be very careful to have really unified criteria and to have the right instrument to check if really a project complies with the eligibility criteria, for example, of green and sustainable. And we have the right digital tools in order to achieve this. So by saying this, I will give opportunity to my colleague, Jean-Christophe, who is next speaker on the agenda, to tell you more. And later you will hear also from the colleagues from our fund, EIF, who will tell you more how we are approaching, as we call our fund, our lending arm for riskier financing. He will tell you more how our investors in Europe can really be accessing the funding, which is nowadays not necessarily easy for some who are provoking us with more innovative and difficult projects. And in conclusion, once again, thank you, Plamen, for all your efforts and dedication. I'm happy that later today we have InvestX, the LPVC Forum. I'm happy to support it institutionally on behalf of the EIB group. This is an excellent opportunity really for provoking discussions, for exchanges, for knowledge sharing. I wish you really very interesting and insightful discussions, and most importantly, people-to-people discussions.
Exactly.
And really for each and every one to be able to see what are the funding opportunities we have ahead of us. Thank
We
you.
are all humans, not AIs here.
Yes,
so
this is
exactly.
the best part
Lily,
of it.
thank you so
Thank
much.
You, Marge.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you,
for
everyone.
your support.
Have a good time.
And you have rightfully mentioned that the General Director of European Investment Bank is joining us here on the stage. Just before that, how many of you are investors at Webit Investment Network? Let me see you. Okay, very shy, very shy. There were around 200 tickets that we gave to all of you guys. Thank you so much for being part of the Webit Investment Network. So Webit is a community, relatively big one. Our newsletter reaches to 1.5 million people around the world. But above all, Webit is about the people and the future. And the future and the people also come in our materialistic world with financing. That's why we have built the first in the world Webit Investment Network, which is an investment arm investing in the winners of the Founders Games, which by itself is one of the most competitive, or someone say the biggest in the world, growth stage competition for companies that are not only very fast growing, valuation between 30 to 300 million, but also being those that generate social and environmental change, proving to the world that saving the humankind is a multi-trillion opportunity. I'm very grateful for Mr. Eric Schmidt saying that Webit is servicing the humanity. But on the top of it, I'm very grateful to the hundreds of venture capital investors, over 300, who are selecting those companies from 150 countries. We are grateful for making sure that we align with the ESG goals and with the SDGs of United Nations, and that's why Webit has been awarded with highest regards of how we impact the future of the humankind. Founders from all around the world, 4,230 founders apply yearly for Webit's Founders Games. To get selected, only 5 of them to receive the $6 million award. What is important is that all of them, once they are announced as finalists, this year was in Davos, 4 months later they close 5 to 50 million round. 6 years from now they increase 6.9 times their attracted capital and immediately get invited all around the world. And these are the proofs of success. These are the proofs of success of our own investment. And actually, these are the people who help us select those best of the world, uniquely like no one else. And that's what makes us so different. Now, we also raise a 200 million fund to support this innovation further and to make it better and faster deployable to the world. This is the Webit Capital Fund, and I look forward to see you anywhere among our investors at Webit Investment Network, among our LPs at Webit Capital, or among here, our attendees at our global events around the world. Upcoming next one in Dubai and during the COP, providing the platform for innovation, and further with much more to come in Davos and many other places around the world. With that said, again, thank you so much. I'm very grateful to all of you for being with us. And you see, we are not only talking, we put our money and some of your money where our mouth is, where the future is, and where it makes it possible to achieve it. Thank you so much. And now going to our next very special guest, who I'm sure our AI will know who he is.